Hello Aries, my name is Agatha and this is your tarot reading for the month of May 2018. It's a very general reading. If you'd like your own personal consultation, please write to dunyazade@gmail.com and I'd be delighted to work with you. This month I'm going to use for you the Spiral Tarot, and it's going to be the Celtic Cross spread, and which is normally a 10 card reading, but I'm going to make it a 20 card reading, and I'm going to use also the soul cards, and for each one of those 10 cards I'm going to take one clarification card from the soul cards, making it a 20 card reading. And finally I'm going to take a advice card, Aries, from the Messenger Oracle. And you know what, Aries, let's begin with the advice card. What is the advice for the sign of Aries for the month of May 2018? Advice for Aries for the month of 2018. Okay, do this. I'm gonna do this. Okay, it's just easier. And okay, let's start. How is the month of May 2018? How is the month of May 2018? Is it going to be how it's going to be for the sign of Aries? Aries, May 2018. Okay. Cut. 1. Ooh, the Hermit. 2. Ooh. 3. Okay, 2 major arcana cards so far. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, 10. Okay, so far you have Aries. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards, 4 in a 10 card reading, and you have 1 ace, another ace. You have 2 aces. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, 2 aces. So this might probably be for many of you, at least for 40% of you, May 2018 Aries might be a month of new beginnings. Okay, now let's see the clarification card for each one of these cards. So Aries, 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 May 2018, Aries, May 2018, clarification cards. Okay. 1, ooh, 2, ooh, I like this one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, not an easy month, might be. Okay, I'm gonna start with the advice card for you, Aries, and the this is so. Embrace the masculine. Embrace the masculine. This is really interesting. Number 11, embrace the masculine. To me, this is like the green man. This is a very clear advice to you, Aries. I'm going to read from the little book because I think it's important. So in number 11, embrace the masculine. These are beautiful cards. So the advice for you for May 2018, Aries, is to embrace the masculine. Within ourselves, according to the little book, there are 2 aspects to our nature, the masculine and the feminine. Here in the present, you need to embrace the masculine aspect of your nature and let it guide your steps. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, okay? We all have feminine aspects and masculine aspects within us. Now it is time to be assertive, to act with authority, and stand up for both yourself and your truths. Fight for what you believe in. Do not allow others to tell you that you must not or cannot. Don't let others boss you around. But remember, Whilst you allow your masculine self to be dominant, you need to temper your assertiveness and determination with gentleness and compassion. Okay? You can be assertive, but don't be a jerk. It's basically it. So let's see how the month of May is going to be for you, Aries. So the central theme, you have the Hermit card. The Hermit card, which is connected with Virgo, with the Virgo sign. It's interesting. Here, do you see this? I don't know if you can see it. What I'm pointing at, that's the symbol for Vesta. So that indicates that which is sacred to ourselves. What is sacred to you, Aries? It's like finally you have the strength to go after that which is sacred to you. And for that you have to go within. You have to go in almost in an inner quest, and you have to do it alone. It's like you have come to a realization that whatever it is that you want, you have to do it alone. You can't do it with others. You cannot expect others to help you. There's some sort of solitude that you must endure, or maybe even you must seek this solitude. You have to assertively go within to seek and fulfill that which is sacred to you. Okay? So it might be a time to be alone, or finally you are alone if you are within a relationship and that relationship isn't working, Aries. This is the time for you to, call it quits, May 2018. I'm saying a relationship, could be a love relationship, a marriage, a romantic partnership, but it could also be a relationship that you have with your boss, meaning you might leave your job. Some of you might decide to go it alone and develop something which is really important to you in your professional life. So this could be read in many different ways. It's like finally you're not afraid of doing it yourself or doing it alone. There's no fear. And this is the clarification card. This to me it's really kind of similar to the Chariot card, because you have the Chariot here. It's a horse, and this horse seems to be either guided or mounted by an angel. So there's some sort of, for those who believe in that, some sort of angelic guidance, kind of being helped to go forth in your own path by the angelic realm or by your guardian angel, or this is the appropriate time, this is the right timing for you to go and do it on your own and just go on your own path. It's like you are divinely guided, and this is like an inner quest, and you are being helped by your guardian angels, for those of you who do believe in that. It's like an inner light that's guiding you. So this is the central theme for May 2018. Now, that which is yet not seen also can be read as the card that the energy which crosses you, helps you, hinders you, either hinders you or helps you, or is not seen. Yes, this is interesting. This is the world. Now, the world can be seen in many different ways. The world is an ending. It could be an ending, a completion of a cycle, or success. Okay, I'm seeing it more as a completion of a cycle. You have completed something. It could be in a successful way, not necessarily, or you gave it all you could have given it. And it's not really apparent to you in the beginning of the month of May 2018 that this cycle has completed itself, but it will be apparent within May 2018 that this cycle has, come to a close. Something is exiting your life. Something is being completed. Now, this could be a relationship, a love relationship, a professional relationship, a part of your life which has ended, done. Now, this is the clarification card, and to me, it kind of looks like the sun. It's a really joyous, happy card. So for some, this completion is a happy occasion. So if you're like unhappy in your marriage, finally it comes to an end and you're so happy, Aries. You're so happy. Others, it's like the other way around. I would not say that it could be for some, yes, it could be for some that finally, you are with a person that you're meant to be with, but I don't think that's the case, because the general theme is the Hermit, which is a card connected with being alone. So I don't think this speaks of you finally meeting the love of your life or marrying or something like that. It's more like, to me, in my opinion, reading these cards, that if there's a completion, is you're exiting a relationship that no longer serves you. This could be romantic, this could be professional, and you're very happy for that. Now, for others, this could be a success, okay? A great success, which really makes you happy. A success that puts you, Aries, in the eye of the public, because this to me is like the sun. So it's something happy. For some of you, could be a success that kind of puts you on track, puts you on the path of something which is meaningful to you. I don't know what it is, but you know, this success might help you go after of the thing, whatever it is that you really truly want. I don't know. Let's say that money comes your way because you're so competent, but what you really wanted to do is to take a year off to meditate. I don't know, and finally you have the money to do that. I'm just giving you this as an example. I have no idea if this is if you feel victorious, if you're being rewarded, whatever it is, this reward for some of you will put you on your path. It will allow you to be alone, allow you to be in solitude, and to discover what truly is meaningful to you in a spiritual level, also in a spiritual level. Now, the root, the basis for the reading, the cards that came out for you were the Princess of Cups, and this is the clarification card. Okay. Now, the Princess of Cups could speak of a young child. I would say a girl, not necessarily, because this is a very general reading. It could be a boy or a girl. Now, if you are ending a relationship, you're doing it for the sake of a young child. Maybe the person with whom you were with, your partner, spouse, wife, husband, doesn't matter, boyfriend, girlfriend, you had a kid with this person, but your relationship wasn't very good, and maybe you felt alone in this relationship, but you had a child, and this child connected you, Aries, with your boyfriend, girlfriend, with your spouse, with your partner, and you stayed for the sake of the kid. But it came to a point that no longer made sense, I would say. And this is a clarification card. It's like voices in your head, and those voices in your head are kind of screaming to you. You see, this is the figure, this is the clarification card, and there's like a figure sitting, I would say sitting down, but with the eyes closed, but inside of this figure's head, it looks like a guy. There's like voices screaming, and what I'm thinking is the voices inside of his head are screaming, "Get out, get out, get out, get out. Don't stay for the sake of the child." Maybe some of you stayed in this relationship for the sake of a child. But, you know, the relationship that you had with this person was bad, and maybe this person screamed at you a lot. Okay? Or even, let's say, another way of reading it, maybe the person with whom you were with, this romantic relationship, you knew it was not the right fit. And no, he or she didn't scream at you, but inside of your head you were screaming at yourself, like voices inside of your head screaming, "Get out, get out, get out." But you stayed for the sake of the child until no more. In May 2018 you decide to, you know, it's time for me to leave. This is a way of reading these cards. What else? Let's say that you are a single parent, or maybe you're not a single parent, everything is fine with your spouse or with your partner, and you stayed in a job because for the sake of your kid. And this could be read in many different ways. Maybe your kid had some sort of issues, like health issues. Now, this could be mental issues, this could be health issues, physical issues, and you were in a job that really stressed you out, but you needed to stay in order to provide for your kid. You know, you needed to have money to raise your kid, or you needed the benefits that your job provided to take care of the health of your child. Okay? But at the same time, there's like a voice, several voices screaming inside of your head. This job is killing me. I need to get out. And maybe for some of you, there's conditions arriving because you achieved some type of success that will allow you to change to another job or to go to another place. Maybe. But for others, I'm thinking you stayed in a relationship for the sake of your kid. Okay. Now, yet another way of reading these two cards as the basis, is that the Princess of Cups might indicate an energy of something new. You want to learn, or you want to devote yourself to something entirely new. Something that you love. I'm going to give an example, art. Maybe you treat art as a hobby. Maybe you do photographs, maybe you paint, maybe you sing, something, something which is artistic. And and that really fulfills your heart, and it's part of your path. And it's like for a while, there's like inside of you, there's like these voices screaming, you need to do this, you need to fully develop and this artistic path. Okay, so maybe some of you have some sort of success in terms of your artistic endeavors, which allow you to be alone and to fully devote yourself to this artistic path. It could be read, like I said, in many different ways. Now, moving on to the next cards, which indicate the past influencing the present and the future. And the card that you got was the Ace of Cups. And this is the clarification card. So, now, maybe for some of you, if this is like a bad relationship, if you were in a bad relationship, not necessarily bad, but a relationship that no longer had love, in the most recent past, within 3 months, so February, March, April, I would say February maybe, you might have met someone, and this person, you might have fell in love with this person, or think that you fell in love with this person. You might have encountered someone that filled your heart with love, and with that you had the strength to leave a bad situation. It could be read in this way. Another way of reading, and you're not necessarily with this person, with this man or with this woman, you just felt like this person was heaven sent to give you the strength to leave a bad situation. Now, this could be a bad marriage or a bad professional relationship. Or it could be that, again, the cups. It's something that you love. And I'm thinking something artistic. Okay? Something that you really, really love to do. And you started it maybe 3 months ago. Let's say you used to paint. You didn't paint for many years. Now about 3 months ago, you rediscovered your love of drawing on painting, or you rediscovered your love of singing, or I don't know, writing. I'm thinking it's more like something new in terms of our artistic endeavors, which kind of helped you almost like in a spiritual way. It helped you express yourself in a spiritual way. It's something which was heaven sent. And this is something which is also helping you go on your own path. Something that you love. Something which was the key to your present, I would say, liberation. to your present quest. Okay, now that which you want, or that which is in your mind, Aries, and the cards that came out for you were the Four of Wands, and to me this is marriage, okay, and this is the clarification card. So this just reiterates the fact that for some of you there's like an ending to a marriage. It's the thing that's in your mind, not the thing that you want. It's the thing in your mind that you're getting out of a marriage, I would say. I don't see this, honestly, I might be wrong, okay? But I don't see this as you getting married, because the central theme is being alone. But okay, I just thought of another thing. Maybe the central theme was that for many years, Aries, you were alone. And about 3 months ago, you might have met someone, and this person light up the fire in your heart. And finally, you are in a position of, being married and having kids, and maybe the Princess of Cups as at the root. Maybe you just discovered, some of you, either that you're pregnant, or this person whom you've met about 3 months ago is pregnant, and maybe some of you do want to get married, okay? Maybe some of you do want to leave the situation of being alone. And this was the timing. This is the right timing, okay? It could be that for some of you. For others, it's the end of a marriage, because you want to have time to go in search of that's something that you go and you want to be on your own path, even spiritually speaking, but you want to be in good terms with your former spouse, with your former wife or husband or partner. And this card is a clarification card. This is really interesting, because to me it seems like the colors are purple, and it feels as if you have nothing but compassion towards your spouse, Aries. If this spouse didn't treat you properly, or you didn't feel right in this relationship, if you felt alone, you don't blame him or her. You feel compassion towards this person, okay? Others, it could be you've met someone about 3 months ago, you're pregnant, or the other person is pregnant, and you want to marry this person because you feel this is kind of like your soulmate. You are probably in a position of, finally, I'm in a place where I can get married and have kids, okay? And this was like divinely guided. Now, the Four of Wands is also a card connected with success, just like the World. So what if you are in some sort of inner quest, in search of something, or that means something to you? What you want is to be successful in this quest, in this inner endeavor, and you kind of feel that you're being watched over by a guardian angel of some kind. This guardian angel is kind of guiding you towards success. Also, Aries, if there are some sort of invitations in May 2018 to family gatherings of any kind, if there's like invitations for you to go to a wedding, maybe that's the thing also in your mind. Should I go to this wedding? Should I go to this celebration of I don't know, how do you say, anniversary of, there's like a family gathering of some kind, and you don't know if you should go. I would say go. It will be very positive for you. Moving on, Aries, the near future for May 2018. And when I say May, sometimes the energies showed by the cards don't exactly manifest only in May. Sometimes it's maybe a little bit before, maybe a little bit after. You know, I've been reading. I'm doing this in April, but I've been reading a few. I've been seeing on YouTube a few readers, and many times what they are describing for instance, for April, it's something that already occurred to me in February sometimes. Okay, so it's like I'm hearing all of that. It's like they're like telling my life the previous month, which is weird. So, you know, see your moon sign, your rising sign, and your sun sign, and be aware that tarot is kind of tricky with dates. Okay, so the near future could be within 2 weeks, but not necessarily. You have the Chariot, which is another celebration card. It's another success card. You have a few cards here indicating success and victory of some kind. Okay, and this is the clarification card. Interesting. This could also mean travel. So you might be traveling. You might be traveling. Why are you traveling? Maybe you're traveling because some of you, Aries, you've ended your marriage and now you have to find a new place to live. And maybe you're going to go to a different city, for instance. This could be you've been promoted. It could be that. Also, there's some sort of success in that regard. You've been promoted. Another way of reading this card. This card is also connected with, how do I say this? How do I say this? Being successful in an intimate way. It's high libido. High libido. How do you say? Being sexual. Okay. Maybe for some of you, you've met someone. Okay, you've met someone whom you love, whom you have this great affection towards. And around the middle of the month, you get intimate with this person. Could be a man or a woman, doesn't matter. But this is the clarification card. This is kind of weird because I kind of see it as a burden. It's like you're being burdened. If you are successful, okay, if the success that comes to you comes more or less in the middle of May 2018, and by the way, in the middle of May 2018, there's something big happening, which is Uranus going into the sign of Taurus, and this can bring you some sort of, now it could be a move that is burdensome to you, yes, but it could be some sort of success and victory that at the same time is a burden, which I don't understand, but it could be that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe finally after years of trying, you have some sort of victory, some sort of development and achievement in your professional life, and that kind of behaves like a burden. I don't know if this is kind of, it's kind of weird, but that's how I'm reading it. Now, this could be also a burden because you're so successful in your professional life that if you want to develop something which is meaningful to you on a spiritual level, you can't, because you have to pay attention to your professional life, and you're kind of tired also, so you can't do that. You know what I'm getting also with this, which is weird? It's like sexuality is a burden to you. Like, it's like you like someone very much, you love someone very much, but you don't want to go there in that way. You want to love him or her, but not necessarily in a physical way. Does that make any type of sense to you? Also, it's like, if you're like a guy being assertive all the time, it feels like a burden. It kind of tires on you. But remember this card, you can be assertive, you can, you can act in all of that, but it doesn't mean that you have to be a jerk, that you have to forget the values of gentleness, okay? You can, let's say, practice assertiveness and embrace the masculine side, but at the same time, you can also embrace you can also behave in a gentle sort of way, so that the masculine part of you doesn't feel like a burden. It's like some sort of burden, which is weird. Feel sick. You feel tired. Then, or at least in the middle of the month, it could be something that kind of makes you feel sick and tired. Now, Aries, how will you be feeling in May 2018? You have the King of Swords, and you have the clarification card. The clarification card is a woman, to me, a female figure with a child. And the King of Swords, Aries. Now you might have something. The King of Swords represents a male. It could be, because this is a very general reading, could be a man or a woman. Someone from an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini or Libra. So you might have, let's say, the sun sign in Aries, but you might have something extremely important in an air sign, like the moon in Libra, the rising sign in Gemini, something like that. And you might behave in a very, usually, at least in May 2018, you might be behaving in a very, let's say, try to behave in a very detached, emotionally sort of way, and just behave in a very logical sort of way, seeing the facts and all of that. Kind of behaving in a very cold-hearted way. Also not cold-hearted, but in a way that will protect your heart. Trying to be logical and trying to be rational. That's how you're trying to be. Okay? And this is a way to protect your kid. Again, there's like another energy for some of you of a child. So now this could be, for some of you, the King of Swords, to me, it also represents the law, because he's holding the sword of justice. So this could be a decision of the court where you are finally divorced, and there's like the parental rights and duties are regulated by the court. So either you could be the woman and you keep your kid most of the time, for instance, or you could be the man. And I don't see, if you're a man, I'm seeing that the court will say that you will have less rights, or you'll have less time with your kids. That's what I'm seeing. I might be wrong, I'm sorry, but there's like some regulation of parental rights for both sides. I'm seeing a woman with a kid walking away from this person, walking away from the King of Swords. So you could be a woman and you get to keep your kid most of the time, and that is and you feel that is a just decision, okay, by the court. That's how you feel. And you might be dealing with the law, with the courts, with divorce procedures, and you get to keep your kid. And maybe your kid kind of still wants to be with the father. But generally, it feels like both of you are more or less happy. Now, if you are the father, you kind of accept on a logical point of view, you try to be rational about the decision of the court. Okay, you try to accept the decision of the court, I would say. But it's like for some of you, most of May 2018, something to do with kids, something to do with some sort of divorce procedures. For some of you, it could be that, trying to be rational as much as you can. What else? But also fairness. Also, you're trying to defend yourself with a lawyer. Okay, so you're not being an idiot. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Doesn't matter. You're not being an idiot. You're like defending yourself in a very clever sort of way. You're having the help that you need to have. Now, if everything is fine with your kid and with your spouse, what is this? This could also be that maybe it's like you're devoting time to your professional life in order to provide safety to your child, in order to protect your child. And again, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. You're devoting time to your professional life because you want to provide for your children, for your child. But you know, mostly I see a woman walking away from a man, Aries. That's what I'm seeing. Mostly is you backing up, taking your kids. Some of you could even leave home, and you're walking away from an air sign, a guy, I would say, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Walking away from this man, and you're taking your kid because you know maybe this is a very cold-hearted man, and you felt alone in this relationship, and he could be cutting with his words. He could behave in a very bad way, like emotionally and verbally abusive, you know, and you just cut your losses and you leave. I would say also this is a way of reading it. Now, how others see you or people surrounding you, Aries. So you have the Judgment, and you have this guy. Okay, he looks like an alien. I always see this card of this guy with a big head representing Aquarius, because to me it's a very intelligent sort of person, and I see it representing. I don't know why but I've always correlated this card with Aquarius man. And it's interesting because you got the King of Swords, which might represent an Aquarius guy. Okay, some of you, Aries, are being seen. Okay, Judgment is also a judgment, a final decision, a final court decision, a divorce, a parental rights decision, and you are being seen as someone who's going through that, who's going through a divorce, and you're divorcing an Aquarius man, a very intelligent sort of man, very, very intelligent, but again, not emotional, okay? Now, I'm saying men because most of the people who see my videos are women, okay? It could be the other way around. It could be you're the guy, Aries, and you're divorcing a woman who has an Aquarius strong energy, and this woman almost, I don't want to say almost behaves like a man, but has very strong male qualities, and she might be very detached and all of that, and you finally took the courage to divorce her, okay? Now, like I said, this could be read in many different ways, but mostly I'm seeing that some of the Aries people who might be women and who might be finding my videos. If you found my video, it's for a reason. Everything is connected, okay? Some of you might be divorcing, going through divorce procedures, going through some sort of court decision connected with divorce and connected with parental rights, and you're divorcing I would say an Aquarius guy, at least, or at least a guy who's very intelligent, who's very smart, and very cold-hearted, and has very lots and lots of air energy. If he's not an Aquarius, he has something in Libra or Gemini. Now, this could be how others are seeing you. Another way of reading, this is a wake-up call. This is a wake-up call for you. And others are seeing you as someone who just got transformed after a wake-up call, and someone who is taking a very rational and logical sort of view regarding this wake-up call. I'm going to use again the analogy or the example of the arts. You see, this angel seems to be playing a flute or something like that. Maybe something which a few months ago you rediscovered your love for something, or you just I don't know, started something to do with art. Was your wake-up call, kind of. I don't know if I'm making myself understood. something to do with art or artistic expression, kind of was used to wake you up to the path that you should be dealing, that you should be upon, even like in the spiritual path. But you're looking at this in a very cosmic sort of way, also in a very rational sort of way. It's like a spiritual wake-up call. But you're using your head in order to rationalize or to view this in a rational, in a logical sort of way. Now, this could also be people who surround you. Now, the people who surround you could be a spouse, a partner, could be someone in your family, could be even colleagues, friends, someone close to you. This person is having a wake-up call. Okay, this person is having a wake-up call. This person is facing a huge transformation. And maybe this person is only using their brains in their mind to understand this big transformation. In this transformation, maybe is something that cannot be rationalized, that cannot be understood using only your head. Okay, it's like a spiritual transformation, but they're still at the point where they are like using their head to understand this. It's like this is kind of like cosmic perception, like a wake-up call where everything is clear and you understand that everything is connected. It's interesting. It's really interesting. Now, moving on to the next card, Aries, the next two cards, and they are in the position of hopes, dreams, wishes, and also advice. And you have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. I would say I'm going to read this as an advice. The Knight of Pentacles might represent, and it's interesting in here is also in his belt, there's also the symbol of Virgo. And the Hermit is connected with Virgo. Wait, yes. So, Aries, you might have something in Virgo. You see here? I don't know if you can see it. There's also the symbol of Virgo. So, I would say that this is an advice more. To behave as a Virgo. Knight of Pentacles might represent someone from an air sign, a Virgo. I would say a Virgo because it's very clearly here, the Virgo. Taurus or Capricorn, I'm going with Virgo. Now this could be a young person with whom you have to deal with, okay? But I'm thinking this is more like an energy. And the advice to you is to take things slowly, to analyze any sort of step that you might take. Doesn't matter if you are newly divorced and you are embarking on a brand new life. It doesn't matter if you have some sort of success which will allow you to go within and fully develop something which is important to you, something that's almost like spiritual. Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is, do it in a very paced sort of manner. Slowly, slowly wins the race, Aries. Okay, don't be your usual self. Sometimes Aries are very impulsive. But analyze everything. Do things slowly, carefully. Slowly, carefully. See every tiny little detail. No, do things slowly. If you are, be loyal to yourself also and to your work. If you met someone, for instance, I'm feeling here more like an energy of letting go a relationship. But for some of you, you might have met someone. Yes, you might have met someone. And this person was like a wake-up call to you. This person served as a wake-up call to you. You don't have to be with this person forever. If you are in a relationship, take things slowly, slowly, slowly. Don't go off and marry immediately with him or her, okay? But to me, it's like more, be loyal to yourself. Be loyal to the work you want to do. There's some sort of work you want to do, and finally you can do it. But you have to do it in a very slow, detailed sort of way. Not be impulsive. and you have to be loyal, and I'm thinking towards yourself. This is a clarification card. And to me, it seems like a person who's wounded. It's like to heal your wounds, you have to take things slowly. You have to take things slowly. Live life slowly. Don't take it day by day to heal your wounds. This could be emotional wounds, also spiritual wounds. Do it slowly, slowly, slowly to heal yourself. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Now the outcome for May 2018, Aries. You have the Ace of Wands. This is a brand new start, a brand new beginning. And this could be, for some of you, a brand new passion. Yes. But again, I'm sorry, don't commit to this person. Don't think, oh my God, this is the love of my life. No. This could be a fun way. This could be a fun passion. How do I say this? You might just left a relationship which was not working. Now, this could be a relationship which might have been emotionally, mentally, verbally abusive, yes, but I'm not saying this is true for everyone. I would say that maybe mostly you felt alone and the other person was very logical and rational. It could not see your point of view, could not see that, for instance, you needed passion in your life. If you finally, for instance, get passion in your life after you went through this separation or divorce or whatever, do not think that this is the love of your life or your soulmate or whatever. Have fun, but don't commit, okay? Be loyal towards yourself and take things slowly, pace by pace, because you need time to heal. And this is the clarification card. Again, this is like the end of a cycle. The end of a cycle, because it seems like something which is being complete, which allow you to start something new, but don't. It's like this new thing which you are starting, that could be a new romantic relationship, yes, that even could be something new in terms of work, or something new in terms of your passion, something which fills you with passion. It could even be, I don't know, what does fill you with passion. Maybe you always wanted to, I don't know, make dresses. I don't know. This something new is still connected with the end of a cycle in your life. It's like finally there's something which ends in May 2018, but within that ending there's some sort of something new. But don't expect that this something new will always be present, okay? It's just like finally you can express yourself fully, Aries. You can express something which was inside of you, like this flame, this spark. You can express it, yes, but don't expect this to be the thing that will be there forever. And have fun. Now, this Ace of Wands is also something which fills you with passion, yes. That could be, for instance, a creative endeavor, yes. But there's more after this. There's more after this. I don't know what it is, but don't treat every single new beginning in your life as something that will stay in your life, okay? It's like some sort of liberation, and you can express yourself better, but there's like this, it's more about completion and endings, I would say. Completion and endings. And these completions and endings allow you to go within yourself, like deep within yourself, and kind of explore yourself more in a spiritual sort of way. And that's it. Hey, 49 minutes. That's it, Aries. This is the reading that I have for you for May 2018. It's a very general reading, like I said. If you'd like your own personal consultation, please send an email to dunyazade@gmail.com, and I'd be delighted to work with you. Bye-bye.